Bilal, first one on the scale today. Safe to say you're ready to get this show on the road?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. I woke up early. You never sleep when it's weight cut day anyway. So I'm just chilling there. And then my coach's like, "Why you want to go so early? Your main event. They'll let you go first anyway." I was like, "Yeah, we ain't got nothing else to do. Let's just go."
Fair enough. I mean, this is a rematch for you, but with Vicente. And, although it happened years ago, how much has this been on the radar for you? Is this one you always wanted to get back?
Yeah, the only guy to ever finish me, I always wanted that one back. And you're always looking ahead at the guy that beat you. You're like, he keeps winning, and it's like I'm always looking at the champion. I'm like, I want the gold, but if this guy keeps winning, he's ahead of me and he beat me, there's no way I'm gonna get to the gold before him. So I'm like, I have to get this fight back. There has to be a way for me to get this fight back, and I earned it. Now I'm here now.
You certainly did. The main event, obviously 5 rounds. You've been there before, but how did your team with Valley Flow Striking, how did they really help you prepare for this one?
Uh, you know, they helped me a lot for this one. We're a small team, so when one of us have a fight, we all have a fight. They all come in the room, they all emulate my opponent, they all work for my opponent, and this is my second main event, but I feel like this is like my first real main event. The last one was 2-week notice fight. It was so much rushed into it. Now I feel like this one's more earned. Last time you had people telling me like, "Oh, this fight don't make sense. You took it on short notice, blah blah blah." But I'm like, whatever. Now this one, I earned this one.
Absolutely, and I know you're certainly looking towards a victory here, redemption as well. It's number 5 versus number 6 in the division. There's a lot on the line. For you, what do you believe comes out of this?
I think more so respect from the fans. Finally beating a guy like that who's been dominating a lot of people, guys that beat me before. There's not gonna be no excuses after this one. After Wonderboy, there was excuses. After Maya, there was excuses. There's not gonna be no excuses after tomorrow.
Well, we cannot wait to watch, Bilal. Have fun out there. Good luck to you. Thanks. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Megan. As we have mentioned, this is a rematch, folks. This is what's been happening since they last fought. Vicente Luque has gone 10-2. Belal has gone 10-1 with 1 no contest. Current unbeaten streak for Belal is 7, and for Vicente, it is 4. And listen, Michael, gas is very expensive these days. Both of these gentlemen have great gas tanks. You think that's going to factor into this fight?
I think it will, because everybody talks about Belal Muhammad because he's got this tremendous gas tank and he puts pressure on guys. He's got great cardio. But somebody gave me a nice little nugget here. And Vicente Luque, he's the same type of fighter as Belal, but in a different type of way. Because you saw in the Mike Perry fight, and you saw in the Brian Barberena fight that he was able to rally and get these late finishes. He's more of a hybrid.
Yeah.
He just is a little more conservative with his energy. But when he needs it, he'll put the pedal to the metal, and it's there. So there is some similarities within their style, but they contrast as well.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't bounce around as much as Belal does. He conserves his energy, beautifully put. I love in that interview that we just saw, Belal seems to have a bit of a chip on his shoulder, right? He's like, people doubted me after those fights. He had wins over Damian Maia, wins over Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and I didn't have any doubts. After Stephen Thompson, I tell you what, I'll be honest here. I picked Belal to win that fight, and I go, oh man, I don't know if Belal can handle. This is a big matchup. This is a big step up in competition. He beat Stephen Thompson handily. I mean, he just dominated him in the wrestling the entire time. But 100%, if he goes out there and puts away or gets a W against Vicente Luque, there's no doubts in mind. Belal's the real deal.
Hey, we both called it. We worked the desk that night.
Yeah, nice. Well, and the other thing I want to ask you about, too, because the critique on Belal, if they're saying, oh, he's not a finisher, well, Colby Covington has about the same amount of decisions and stuff, right? And Colby certainly is highly regarded.
Yeah, Colby's very highly regarded, and I believe Belal's fought higher level competition than Colby Covington. Sorry, guys, but I think that people got to put some respect on Belal's name, because look at the guys he's fighting. He's not fighting scrubs. He's fighting contenders. Like when he fought Damian Maia had a single digit next to his name. When he fought Wonderboy Thompson, Wonderboy was the number 5 guy in the world. So yeah, he's not putting these guys away, but he's going out there and putting the heat on him. And look, he almost put Wonderboy away in that first round. I mean, he had hooks in, he had him belly down. He almost got the TKO win in the first round. And that would have silenced all the critics. And I think that's almost kind of favors Belal going into these fights where it's like, screw this. I want to go prove these people wrong. I'm tired of them putting some disrespect on my name. They need to remember my name for one reason. One reason only, is because he's going to be a champion.
And then, look, when you go up in a division, you're fighting tougher athletes, right? Guys that are harder to put away. And so it's going to be tough to put some of these guys away, like Vicente Luque. You don't see this guy. I don't think he's ever been stopped inside of the UFC. So these guys get tougher as you go up the division.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.